Second chapter, the underground city. We gather on the etheric temple's garden and decide to visit again the city of light of the Brother Veritus Community in the future. We sit to meditate and to invoke the group Merkaba light ship. The ship materializes before our eyes and we proceed to get on board. The ship ascends and flies through outer space towards the future, passing through a hyperdimensional stellar gateway. We are now in the year 2200 of our current era. We fly over an empty territory of the old state of Kansas in the United States. We notice that there has been geological catastrophic destruction and the terrain is uneven, cracked, but there is new forest, new areas with lakes and where wide rivers run. We see at our far left the Rocky Mountains and at our right uninhabited savannas. And far in the distance to the east a diamond-like shine is seen even though we are in plain daylight. It is the city of light of the Brother Veritus Community. We cry out in excitement as we see it getting closer. Our ship flies over the city and then descends. We are impressed by the shininess of its streets, the impeccable buildings and the cleanliness in general. When it lands, we come out of the Merkaba and look around dazzled before so much beauty put together. We are at the intersection of the streets, Christ Michael Boulevard and St. Germain Circle. Both are impacting avenues with grand urban development. We decided to walk on the St. Germain Avenue. The theme of this street and its colours are related to the violet flame and the life of the Ascended Master and his works on earth as the avatar of the Aquarian age. There are vignettes with information of his works. We see far back an imposing statue of Saint Germain in full body, banners that hang from public lamps with the celebrated phrases of this master, niches with busts of the master, and unnumbered detail that jump out to the observer any instant from floor and walls. Even the houses that are lying in the circular avenue have been painted with violet colours, pale on walls, and accented on verandas, capitals and cornices. It is marvellous to see a city so impeccably designed, constructed and maintained. We see workers cleaning, trimming hedges of doorways, sweeping leaves, but what calls our attention is that they work patiently and quietly. We discover then that they are not people, but human-like robots. Nearby us, a flying platform passes by with three couples who greet us happily, perhaps feeling proud of living there. We notice, between their laughter and comments, that they speak English and sometimes they stare at each other and without uttering a word they seem to talk. Of course, they are telepaths. Above us, UFO-type ships of different shapes fly over in all directions. Their platform descends near a platform station, so we decide to approach them and ask if they know the palace is open to the public today. They say that today, unfortunately, a delegation of the Sirius star system has arrived for a meeting with the King Sananda, that it seems they want to propose to him, among other things, the construction of an advanced in vitro cloning genetics laboratory in the university, and therefore the castle is closed to the public today. That they themselves were going there when were informed of that, so they decided instead to enjoy the underground city, and towards there they are heading. The three couples then opened a door between two buildings that is identified as an entrance to the underground city, and we tell them that we want to see what is in there. So we follow them. We go down an ample staircase, and up there comes up already the humming of trains, the smell of spices, the sound of music, and of human bustle that sharply contrasts with the placidness of the surface city. As we get to the sidewalk, we find a spectacular stage-like illumination with colour spotlights that point to all interesting architectural and artistic details, to the gardens, to the water fountains and statuary. All along the sidewalk, these lights hang from the ceiling, that is about 20 feet, some 6 meters from the floor, which is like an amusement park with excellent lighting. We are now on a wide, busy sidewalk. To our right, there are Parisian restaurants with tables in front of the sidewalk, with activity inside and outside, all people happily sharing food and drink, friendship and the moment. We continue strolling along accompanied by our guides, making comments and describing what we see in amazement. In the underground level, all is wholesome fun, relaxation and rest. The karaoke bar music is mixed with voices and the humming of the passing bullet trains at the embarking stations in a sub-level down below. We do not see trains down below. We partially see, at the lateral end of the sidewalk to our left, large tubes of perhaps some 20 feet in diameter, 6 meters, interconnected in intersections with signs and color codification, and our guides tell us are the sonic protections of the levitating bullet trains and where these trains travel on magnetic free energy railroad tracks. In fact, all energy in the city, they tell us, is free zero-point energy that was introduced to the planet by Nikola Tesla. There are staircases that go down to the train stations. We do not go there, but walk along the place observing it and smelling the aroma of the good cuisine of the restaurants. The site is huge as a great nocturnal city. We ask our guides if people work there because everything seems only fun. They tell us that yes, some work in the restaurants, in the bars, in the maintenance, but mainly they program robots for the continuous and tedious tasks, and that the customers we see work in many other functions of the city, on the surface or in the machinery and amino acid computer level, and in the design and construction of the city since it is not finished yet. But everybody only works 3 days a week. The rest of free time is used as one wishes. These persons who are having fun do it in their spare time. Not everything is fun. All attend the university and the functions of the temple that include rituals and meditation, and some are involved in different university research projects. They tell us that this society has learned to be efficient in the use of time and in the development of technology to reduce the repetitive and tedious tasks for human, that for instance, the waiters that we see in the restaurant are not humans, but robots. Same for the cooks and maintenance employees. The workers in blue overall that are repairing the public lamp with a crane in front of us are robots. Except for the supervisor in khaki uniform with the circular emblem of the city on his sleeve. They also say that sometimes it is difficult to distinguish robots from humans, because every time there is more resemblance with the newer versions that are coming out of Brother Veritus University, Faculty of Biogenetics. As we stroll the pedestrian avenue, our guides, who are already aware that we are people from Earth past and time visitors in Group Merkaba technology, and that we do not know this city, tell us that the man-machine interface is so perfected here that in some cases it is almost impossible to distinguish by a telepathic or spoken conversation if we are dealing with a robot or a human being, that it is only by the connection with the higher self that we are able to notice the difference. That is why they tell us, by the wise use of technology for good living and for creating harmony, that there is so much free time in this city. We tell our new friends that our time to go back to our past is now, and that we must say goodbye. We thank them for their kindliness of having been our guides. They hug us and ask us to work on the unconditional love, on eliminating the war karma in our DNA, and to elevate our vibrations so that we qualify to live in this city in the future. The three couples are twin flames and twin souls. They enter then a bar that has a Cuban picturesque design. There are palm trees and a colonial garden with a water fountain at the entrance. The music that comes out of there is tropical Cuban. Up above hangs a sign, the name of the bar that says Buena Vista Social Club. Incredible! The building is an improved replica of that Cuban club of the years 40s and 50s. Our friends direct us to a staircase that takes us to the levitating platforms on the surface of the city to which we go. As we go upstairs, we come out to the street, take several floating platforms, and give them the command: Christ Michael Boulevard, St. Germain Circle, please. Platforms start floating as we accommodate ourselves in the chairs at both sides and then take us by streets we had not seen before. They are streets with curious and strange architectures that greatly contrast with the formal avenues and streets we have seen before. We see, for instance, spreading on the area and separated by exotic gardens, circular houses with adobe-like domes with grass and flowers on the roof, and some various level built with trees inside and outside the houses as a symbiotic mixture of tree habitation. On the backdrop of a circular street, we appreciate another strange and very different urban development with light grey and indigo blue houses of traditional Chinese-type roofs, but much more exaggerated in their curvature and with spires on their top angles pointing upwards to the sky. Finally, we arrive to our place where our Merkaba lightship awaits us. We leave the platforms, enter our ship, and exchange impressions. Each one of us noticed a different detail, and with our comments we complement each other's version of the journey. Our ship swiftly crosses the space-time fabric through the same stellar gateway to finally take us back to the temple garden to where we descend. Once on land, we go in the etheric temple, and there gathered, we form a circle and give thanks to the Creator Son, Christ Michael of Nebadon, for having given us the opportunity to enjoy such marvelous experience. Then we send energy to Gaia to prepare her for her changes, and so that she adapt herself to be the seat of such a beautiful future city. May the City of Light be a reality. So mote it be. And so be it. Glory to the celestial and eternal Father, Mother of Havona.